Hello everybody, it's Bill's That College Football Guy here with another video. Time to do another preview and schedule prediction. This time it's the Rebels of UNLV. Oh boy. Say there's been a bit of turnover there, be an understatement. First off, we all know, like last season, UNLV went 11-3 under former head coach Barry Odom, who decided to go to Purdue for a lot of money. Can't say I blame him. Took a good chunk of change. They ended up being Cal last year in the bowl game. Whole staff basically left. Brennan Marion now is head coach at Sacramento State. Dan Mullen takes over as the head coach, the former Florida head coach. He's been an analyst for Disney, ESPN, ABC, from 2022 to 2024. How much of that was related to his Florida contract, I don't know. Career record of 103-61. Had 2 great years at Florida, his 4-year run at Florida, but the last 2 years kind of fell off. 2018, 10-3, 2019, 11-2, 2020, 8-4, 2021 he was 5-6 and then fired before the Florida State game and during rivalry week. How well is he going to do? How well is he going to handle this stuff? Well, we're going to see. Corey Dennis takes over as the offensive coordinator. He was previously, had been 8 years at Ohio State in various roles. Was the passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach for Tulsa last season, but he's going to be his offensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator, we had a change before it even started. Zach Arnett was going to be the defensive coordinator, the former Mississippi State defensive coordinator and head coach. Zach left UNLV for personal reasons. Not knowing what it is exactly right now. And Paul Gunther took over the job. Paul has been... Dan went into his bag for this one because Paul Gunther has been in the NFL in various jobs since 2002. Not like pro comeback, time off. No, every year since 2002 to now has been the NFL. Last season he was the defensive run game coordinator, defending against the run for the Dallas Cowboys last year. He's going to be the new DC. How's he going to do in college when he hasn't been anything to do with college since 2001, almost 25 years ago? This is going to be something interesting to see. Now, roster-wise, incredible amount of turnover. This is known by everybody. A lot of the guys are coming in. Yes, they were from SEC schools, like from Alabama, from South Carolina, Georgia. There was some from, all the power conferences. But almost all of them, blue-chip prospects, but not proven. The guys who play 3-4 games a year, get a little bit of time in mop-up duty. Those kind of guys. Third string. Now, and a lot of them are seniors and redshirt seniors. This is their last shot. Their last run to do something. Is it NIL? Is it the shot to do something to possibly maybe make a career as a pro later on? We'll see. So, first thing up here, talking about the offense. Well, as the joke has been made, maybe there's been, after the Pope got elected, maybe there's smoke signals outside of Allegiant Stadium letting even though we know who their starting quarterback is, because we still don't know. 3 guys are technically in for the job. One holdover from UNLV, Cameron Friel, redshirt senior. He only played 5 games last year in mop-up duty, 5 for 6, 64 yards, didn't throw a touchdown or a pick. You have Alex Orji, the redshirt junior from Michigan who lost the job. He transferred here, played in 11 games in mop-up primarily. 25 out of 47, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks. And then there's the guy who some say is the odds-on favorite to get the job, but there's no guarantee in it. Like, Alex Orji's a dual-threat quarterback. Cam Friel's a dual-threat quarterback. Anthony Calandria, the junior from Virginia, not a dual-threat. He's more of a pocket passer. Played in 11 games last year. 198 for 320, 2,125 yards. Decent. 13 touchdowns, 11 picks. That is not good. So we're going to see how that goes on that one. Who's the starting quarterback? We're going to find out at the start of the season. Running backs, well, the running back, there is really not a battle. We got a lot of guys Jalen Glover from Utah and Kevon Lee from Mississippi State are battling to be who's the backup. But the starter right now, unless something drastic happens, it's going to be Jaden Thomas. Holdover from last season. 14 games played, 164 carries, 918 yards, and 7 touchdowns. That's 5.5 yards a carry. So he's going to be the starter unless something drastic happens. Now, at wide receiver, a lot of transfers. Now, there's a couple of players who are holdovers, like Jaden Bradley. He's a senior, played a little bit last year. He's got to seem to be an inside track. Also, Troy Ameri from Arizona State and JoJo Earl from TCU. But everybody is pretty much unproven. There's 7 guys who legitimately have a shot at winning the starting 3 wideout spots. 7 guys. So it's going to be up in the air to see how that goes in the wide receiver room. So there's no really proven wide receiver. There's a couple of guys who've got experience on this at UNLV, but it's not the same system. So it's everybody's in the same boat. Whether you transferred in, coming in, it's a whole new thing anyway. Tight ends, sometimes we do a double tight end set. 3 people are leading at the job, and all 3 are transfers. I love this guy's name. Varkey's Gums. Yes, that's his name, Varkey's Gums. A redshirt senior from Arkansas. Nick Elkson's senior from South Carolina. And Matt Burns, a senior from Houston. All 3 of them not really proven. All 3 of them want a shot at the starting job. We're going to see how that goes. Offensive line. 4 of the 5 projected starters are for the portal. It's going to be a mess to get that going. How's that going to blend together? I'm not really getting into depth on that one. We'll see how that goes. Defensively, it appears to be. I could be wrong, but it looks like they're running a 4-2-5 defensively. All 4 projected starters are transfers projected, which isn't that big of a surprise considering the turnover. At edge rusher, you got Tunmisa Adelaide, the senior from Texas State. He played in 7 games, had 2 sacks. My favorite name of anybody on this team, Chief Borders. Love the name. Redshirt senior from Pitt. Played in 14 games last year. Only had half a sack. He wasn't a starter, but he was rotational. So those 2 guys have the experience, have gameplay experience. That's why they're the front runners for the start. Corey Hall, redshirt senior from Northern Arizona, and John Lewis, redshirt senior from Mississippi State, have a shot at being into the edge rusher position, but Adelaide and Borders appear to be the front runners right now for the starting jobs. At defensive tackle, nose tackle, Jalen Lee, the redshirt senior from LSU, and Cohen Fuller from Coastal Carolina. Both appear to be the guys. They have experience in there, but Cohen played in 11 games last year. The projected starters, Wasale Munvesi, the super senior from UNLV. He's also in the mix. He could possibly win one of the jobs in rotation. So we'll see how that goes on the defensive line. Linebackers, well, running the 4-2-5 is really 3 guys in the shot for the job. You have Marcel McDuffie from last year's team, redshirt senior, 9 games, 2 sacks, 4 pass deflections. He pretty much looks like he's got an inside track on one of the jobs. The other guys here, Bryce Edmondson, I think, is the other front runner. He's redshirt senior from Memphis. 13 games played. He had 1.5 sacks. Kamuela Kayahi, I hope I'm saying that right, the junior from Arizona, primarily played on special teams, 12 games for Arizona. He's also in the mix, but those McDuffie and Edmondson appear to be the starters at linebacker. Now at defensive back, 3 of the 5 projected starters are also transfers. Denver Harris, the projected starters right now. Denver Harris, the senior from UTSA, played in 11 games with 3 pass deflections. Amaris Brown, the super senior from South Florida, played in 5 games. They're really the only ones that have any game experience. And the guy who right now is, I think, the front runner to be corner number 1, LaTerrence Welch from Arizona State, played 9 games, 7 pass deflections, 2 picks, including a pick 6. Primarily, I guess, in playing situation. So I think he's going to be corner 1. I think he's going to be the guy to do that job. You also have Mahmoud bin Wahad, the senior from Navarro Junior College, Andrew Powdrell from the junior from Montana State, second team All Big Sky, and Jeremiah Vessel, a redshirt sophomore from Mexico State. All are in the mix. They could get in it. They could be also, if they go 5-corner set, they could be in mix for that job. Now, safety-wise, Cody DeCambra, the redshirt sophomore. Where's where he's from? I did not write down where he's from. Oh, my goodness. That's my fault. He's played in 14 games last year. He's a leading guy. Johan Joseph, the super senior from West Virginia, 13 games, 2 pass deflections, and a pick. Those are your two projected starters in safety, with Jack Pope, the redshirt sophomore from Georgia, and a holdover, Javon Grigsby, the redshirt senior from UNLV, also are in the mix. So again, starter-wise, I mean, the kickers are none of the kickers. There's the punters a holdover. The kickers are transfers. This is a lot of work to do. This is like a this is like a I'm trying to remember his name. This is a Florida State deal. I'm blanking on the head coach's name. Shout me out and yell at me in the comments. Like one of his senior things, but considering what they had to do at UNLV and how many players left, did Mullen really have a choice? There's a lot of sophomores and freshmen and juniors transfers and UNLV products to be the next generation. But he had to get some guys who can qualify for starters now. So we'll see how that goes. Now, we've done the preview. Now let's get to the prediction. Start off game 1 in August on the road at Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State's going to be relatively intact. On the road in Texas. Smaller stadium. UNLV's going to come in hot. Thinking they got it. No, you don't. I'm picking Sam Houston State to beat you week 1. Then you're at home against UCLA. Nico era begins at UCLA. They played Utah the week before at home in the Rose Bowl. There's a little more cohesion there with the coaching staff, with the players, and I think that's going to matter. You're going to start off the season 0-2. You're losing to UCLA. Next week, you're at home against Idaho State from FCS. You're beat up. This is what you needed right after those 2 games. You need to get the ship righted. You're playing Idaho State. You beat them up. Then you go on the road to play Miami of Ohio, a team that was in the MAC championship game last year but has a whole bunch of turnover themselves. This is at the point of the season, I think, where you start to figure yourselves out. And so even though you're on the road, I'm picking UNLV to beat Miami of Ohio, but this will be a close game. Then you get the bye. Out of the bye, you're on the road in Laramie at Wyoming. Wyoming, and both of these teams actually in the schedule are coming off a bye, so both of them have 2 weeks to prepare. Both played on the road the previous week. UNLV the week before the bye. UNLV was at Miami of Ohio. Wyoming was at Colorado. 2 weeks to prepare. And these go on. I think this is where the team's going to start to gel. So I'm sorry, Pokes fans. I'm having UNLV beat Wyoming on the road, but this will also be a close game. Then they're at home against Air Force next week. Air Force played Navy the previous week on the road. But now they got to travel all the way. You're going from Maryland all the way back to Vegas. All the way to Vegas. And Air Force, after last season, I just don't trust the Air Force offense. I'm picking UNLV to beat Air Force. Then they're on the road at Boise State, Albertson Stadium. You don't have the horses, pun intended, to keep up with the Broncos. You're losing to Boise State. Then you get another bye. So right now you're out of the bye. You are in your second bye. You are 4-3 on the year. Not exactly what fans hope for. But then you get to this part of the schedule that's actually manageable. You come out of the bye at home against New Mexico. New Mexico played Utah State the week before, so they didn't have the week. You've got 2 weeks to prepare. After Boise, you're going to be mad, you're going to be beat up, you're going to be pissed off, and you're taking it out on New Mexico with their first-year head coach, and you're going to beat New Mexico to get the win there. Then you go on the road at Colorado State. You had the bye week for New Mexico. Well, Colorado State has the bye week to prepare for you, UNLV. They have a bye week for you. So it's going to happen. It's going to be a dogfight, but you're losing to Colorado State on the road. Following week, you're back at home against Utah State. Utah State was on the road at Nevada the week before, so they're doing Nevada, UNLV back-to-back weeks, both on the road. I think that's going to have some bearing on this, and I'm thinking it's going to be another dogfight game. A lot of these games, because of the thing on there, I think these are going to be some dogfights. I'm picking UNLV to beat Utah State, but this is going to be a close game. Then they're at home against Hawaii. Hawaii was at home against San Diego State last week. Now you're going to go on the road to Vegas. and it's not going to help you any. I'm picking UNLV to beat Hawaii, and you finish the season, the Battle of the Fremont Canyon, on the road, up in Reno, at Nevada. Nevada was playing on the road in Laramie against Wyoming, who's going to be battling for bowl position. I don't think they're going to have a really bad year. They're going to be better off this year, battling for bowl position by the time this comes around. So Wyoming is going to be playing tough. They're going to have a tough game against on the road at Laramie. They get to go back home, but they're playing Vegas. UNLV's won 3 straight in this series to hold on to the Fremont Canyon. Make it 4 in a row. I'm picking UNLV to win this game and to beat Nevada on the road in Reno. So they're going to finish the season winning 4 of their last 5, 3 in a row, to finish the season 8-4, 6-2 in conference. That good enough to make the Mountain West Conference Championship game? We'll see. There's a lot of things still going here. So I've done enough talking and enough running my mouth. Why don't you let me know about everything you think about this down in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor, please. Smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. You saw the schedule. I'll repeat it again without the things. It's like I got asked, I didn't do this last videos, but I did Tennessee. Do recap the schedule again. All right, at Sam Houston State, home against UCLA, home against Idaho State, at Miami of Ohio, then they get a bye week, at Wyoming, home against Air Force, at Boise State, second bye week, home against New Mexico, at Colorado State, home against Utah State, home against Hawaii, and finish the season on the road in Reno at Nevada. Let me know what you think that UNLV is going to do down in the comments. Share the video if you want to, and if you haven't done already, do me a favor, check out some of the other videos I've done. They're not all scheduled predictions. And if you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. You know, just on the road to 1K, trying to make some magic happen. So appreciate all of you who subscribe to the channel. I really, really do. If you want to follow me on X, the craziness that is there, the link is in the description. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. Another prediction videos on the road. We got plenty of them to go. We are, holy cow, we are ahead of schedule. I'll let know about that, about the next subscriber roll call video, but in a couple of weeks. Not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday. And we are way ahead of schedule, breaking records. So thanks everybody for watching. We're having a great day. Be safe and please be good to each other.